Good afternoon, Board of Education members. My name is Karen Reyes, and I'm the mother of 3 wonderful boys who are MCPS students. Today, I will be addressing the need to reopen schools. While the COVID virus does present challenges and risks, isolation is presenting its own risk, suicide. My own 7th grade son recently said, "I'd rather kill myself than continue with virtual learning." This is my middle son, who I never had to worry much about before. Now I lay awake at night, worried and constantly checking on him. Finding a therapist with availability was very difficult, as they are booked for months. So many parents are now seeking therapy for their children who never needed it before. There has to be a light at the end of this dark tunnel for these students. That light is a decision by the board with a firm reopening date. We cannot keep delaying the reopening of schools any longer. I also have a 10th grade son who has an extensive IEP like my youngest son. They both have autism, ADHD, and learning disabilities. Imagine being a parent to 3 awesome boys and having their spirits slowly become crushed the longer schools stay closed. Imagine having to become their only in-person support and being split in 3 ways, never feeling like you're giving them the academic, emotional, and mental support they need to succeed because you are drowning trying to keep up with everything. Can you put yourself in someone else's shoes and see why the push to get students back in school is so strong? I try to remain strong for my boys because they look to me for strength, to know that everything is going to be okay. Will everything be okay? Not as long as the schools stay closed. Kids need to be in school, and it can be done safely. Virtual school is not sufficient. If MCPS schools can be used for daycare, they can be used for what they are supposed to be used for: education and in-person teaching. We know schools can be open safely. The learning hubs in schools within MCPS have been up and running for months. All students need to be back in school in person, not for daycare, but for education. MCPS is prepared with the necessary PPE for these teachers. Do not let those supplies go to waste, just sitting in closets being unused. On Thursday, January 21st, Governor Hogan called for all schools to be open by March 1st, stating that school systems should not have to wait for all staff to be vaccinated before opening. It has been stated many times that schools can open safely with proper safety measures in place. Private school teachers and childcare workers have already been teaching and working in person without vaccines. Our children cannot wait anymore. Many students are struggling greatly. We can no longer ignore the shortcomings of virtual learning. Special education students, among others, are in dire need of getting back to the classroom. Their distance learning plans are not always being followed accurately, and they are regressing. Some may never make up for their learning loss. I fear one of my sons may have to go from a diploma track to a certificate track the longer he is not in school. This will be a life-altering change for him. I know there are teachers and staff who have health issues that make them fearful to return right now, but there are many who are ready and can go back. Please provide us with a concrete plan for getting these teachers and students safely back in school by March 1st. Listen to us who are advocating for a safe return to the classroom. It can be done, and it needs to be done now. Send our children back to school by March 1st at the latest. Thank you for your time.